My name's Larry Salo, and I live in Allegan, Michigan, which is about 100 miles south and to the west a little bit of here. This is a 1958 Ford Skyliner, also called a retractable. I've owned it about 25 years. I restored it back in 1979, and the car was in pretty sad shape when I started on it to rebuild, and since then I've put about 45,000 miles on it, been all over the country, and still doing a good job considering the speedometer's on its third time around. It was a national prize winner back in 1980, but because I drive it a lot, it just doesn't compete and judge shows anymore. So I mainly go to things like this People's Choice shows, and I average about 15 shows a summer, and it'll usually take some kind of award about 10 or 12 times out of that 15, so it does well. I think it's probably because it's a little strange looking vehicle that most people haven't seen before. It's a good driving car, and so far it hasn't let me down at all. I put, as I said, about 45,000 on it, and it's been in 6 or 7 states, and this summer I plan on driving it out of Pennsylvania to our national convention.
Got a prize for you up here.
Larry and Marilyn Selke from St. John's.
We have a 1965 Pontiac GTO 389. We have a 1964 Pontiac Tri-Power.
Oh, the 65 we did 6 years ago, frame-off restoration, went through the motor. Both cars we put new interiors, went through the motors. It's pretty much went through them from stem to stern.
The thrill driving them, pulling up next to somebody, taking off, it's great.
You get a lot of thumbs up when you're driving them on the street.
What are your main likes and dislikes about the new GTO compared to the old one?
Well, all the Pontiac books more or less say that they're kind of disappointed for what they don't even have hood scoops or dual exhaust. I mean, the
forget-
Pontiac is a legend, and they've kind of
Yeah.
stubbed their toe, I think, on what they have. In 1964, the muscle car was born, I guess, and I guess that's the start of what we have today with all the other muscle cars that I guess you'd call it the Godfather.
I'm Scott Westenberg. I'm the automotive instructor at the Capillary Career Center. We teach a 2-year automotive high school. It's an ASE certified auto technician program. Students come and work in modules, work towards their certification, and then after school, students who are interested can join the motorsports team. And we have 2 cars. We have the Corvette, which is the first year car. Students who are juniors coming in work on that car and get to race that car, and that runs best in the mid-14s. And then the Buick here is the second year car, which is set up with slicks, and that runs in the 12s. And then the second year the seniors would work and race that vehicle. The students actually have done all the work between our auto technology program and our auto body program. They painted both cars. The Corvette has the ghost flames on it, and of course the Buick has the checkerboard and the fading paint there. That was all done by high school students. The motors have been rebuilt in both of them, right from the ground up. Crank, bearings, different camshafts, intake. Running a Holley carburetor on this one, an Edelbrock carburetor on the Corvette. The Corvette is basically built like a 300 horse Chevy 350. The Buick, when we had a dyno, is close to 400 horse. Outside the classroom, basically we run test and tunes on Wednesday nights. for practice. We start in the fall, have a test and tune, and then we run at a charity race, the Toys for Tots, up at Stanton at Mid-Michigan Motorplex. And then in the spring, we test at Mid-Michigan, and then we run the high school nationals at Milan in the spring. This is mine, although a lot of my students had quite a bit of work to do on it. Again, the auto body program, it was ground off-frame restoration, paint. The students worked on the frame, the welding class built the motor mounts, strengthened up the frame. And my students helped out with some of the engine work, transmission work, helped me put it together. It's a Chevy 350. It's 350 Chevy tranny. It's adapted to the Jeep transfer case. It's just stock Jeep axles, 410s.